Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, and Threads and Instagram.
Threads.
That's important.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, it's important. It's important to know wherever we are. And, you can get us online everywhere.
Wow, that's hip.
YouTube.com/Pat Gray. We'd like you to sign up there, subscribe, and subscribe to the podcast for sure, if you would. Go to blazetv.com/Pat. And you can do that there. And if you want to get a Blaze TV subscription, which I highly recommend, it now comes with the website as well. And you'll get $36 off when you use the offer code PAT Plus.
So that's
spell it out.
That's the Blaze TV Plus.
Right. Exactly. Are we calling it that now?
I guess.
Are we calling it that? Why is it always plus?
Yeah.
That's a law.
It's a law.
Whenever you add something to your streaming,
then it's plus.
You have to add the plus.
Blaze TV Plus. Disney Plus. Paramount Plus.
Apple TV.
MGM Plus.
Apple TV Plus.
ESPN Plus.
Oh, yeah.
CNN Plus didn't last too long, but yeah.
I think they're coming back.
CNN Plus. Are they?
I think they're making a comeback.
What's the programming going to be?
Great. As usual.
Can't wait.
The other thing about the website is no ads now.
Yeah, that is kind of sweet.
Really sweet. I love it. There's nothing I hated more than those freaking toenail ads. Jeez, that was gross.
Brought up bad memories? Or
yeah, I know, but it was traumatic.
Toenail health is important, though, Pat.
It is. Don't get me wrong.
Too much.
I don't. If you have toenail fungus, I feel for you. I do. I just don't want to see them. Okay.
What do you do for a living? Well, I have toenail fungus, and people take pictures of my toes for ads.
Like, there are people that make a living, right?
I'm a toenail fungus model.
I can't stand.
Wow, that's great.
That's a good
That's
gig.
great. Good for you.
I can't stand looking at feet just that don't have issues. But now there's a commercial where there's a little girl and her dad.
I know.
And you see the guy's foot, and she's like, ew, and I'm like, ooh. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see that.
And there's a weird thing with that because some people really like it. I'm like their feet.
Jeffy, got a page devoted to something like that?
I do, as a matter of fact.
One of your sites?
I
do, as a matter of fact.
Use offer code Jeffy Plus when you go to Jeffy'sFeetCollection.com.
Jeffy feet. I like it.
Now, you've got to be clear. It's not Jeffy's feet.
No, it's Jeffy feet.
It's Jeffy feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Collection.
They're not his.
Yeah.
They're just a collection that he put together for you. And but these are painted toenails and
I will say
right?
I have not paid anyone with fungus.
Fungus
Although
free.
I will say, if someone asks for it, I'll go ahead and provide it.
Okay, so new promo code, fungus free.
Unless you like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're that.
You don't care, right?
You
just did it for the money.
I will find a fungus
in it for the
toe.
profit.
That's an upgraded membership. That's behind the beaded curtain.
Okay.
Yeah, what were we talking about again?
I don't
the
know.
website, sign up, be a subscriber.
BlazeTV.com/Pat. All right. BlazeTV.com/Pat. And the offer code's Pat Plus. You'll save $36.
Dude, I'm talking to IT today. We're getting a code something fungus free for
foot
$36.
Fungus free. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like it. All right. Hillary Clinton back in our face again.
Yeah, making around.
She
I'm
will
really
not
glad.
go away.
No, when you got cankles like that, there's another website
I know.
of yours.
Cankles.
Clinton Cankles. So when you got cankles like that, you can't go away. People demand to see you on a regular basis. So she's warning of a ceasefire.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting that I think you're
people who are calling for a ceasefire now do not understand Hamas. That is not possible.
Wow.
It would be such a gift to Hamas because they would spend whatever time there was a ceasefire in effect rebuilding their armaments, creating stronger positions to be able to fend off an eventual assault by the Israelis. So we're in a very different world. I don't think it had to be the world we're in, but that's where we are, and we've got to figure our way forward.
Okay.
That's interesting,
isn't it?
Because now I have to reevaluate my entire position on the Middle East.
Exactly what I was thinking, right?
But it was some of her. She says I don't think that's the situation we needed to be in. Well, that's because of some of the decisions that her and her ilk made.
That's what I was thinking too.
Decisions.
Yeah. It's because of Joe freaking Biden.
That's
now you
right.
thought his name was Robinette? No. It's Joe F. Biden, and it's because of his actions that we're in this situation that we're in. No, we didn't have to be in this. We could have elected Donald Trump and we wouldn't be there. We wouldn't be right here where we are. I mean, he has said that a million times on the campaign trail, and it's absolutely true that you didn't see any of this stuff happening under his watch because people knew, okay, don't mess with him right now. Let's wait. Let's wait and see when they get a Democrat. Let's see who that is. And look what happened.
Yes.
Russia
almost immediately
takes advantage. Hamas takes advantage. China is threatening to take advantage. Plus, they've sent ships into the Mediterranean where our ships happen to be. I mean, it's just a dangerous, dangerous situation. And we've attacked bases in Syria with our own Air Force because they're firing at our troops. In fact, 19 of them have been injured. And it's weird that 19 of them have some kind of brain trauma.
Right, and we had.
Are you talking about concussions? Is that what? I mean, what are we talking about there? It's very strange.
And we had the contractor die on one of the bases. He suffered a heart attack after one of these attacks. And it's getting so tense in the region. You have Egypt, the prime minister, saying that his country is, quote, prepared to sacrifice millions of lives to ensure no one encroaches upon their territory. So that sounds like everything is smooth sailing ahead.
Welcoming attitude.
And that's the kind of stuff we have not heard from Egypt in a long time.
Yeah.
Egypt's been pretty quiet since the agreement with Israel back in 79.
Yeah, well,
79, 80. And so, interesting. But is that a warning to Palestinians, too? Don't encroach in our territory.
Yeah.
We don't want to see you guys here.
I think that's exactly what
I think that's what that is.
Yes.
Isn't that fascinating? How everybody's all about the Palestinians, but nobody will welcome them to their territory.
Oh, no, we love you.
Nobody.
We love you. But
you stay right where you are. I mean,
not here.
We don't want none of that.
And we got a report yesterday.
No vacancies.
500 Americans are there in Gaza. But are they being held as hostages, or most of them are just Americans trying to get out?
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise we would have heard about that before.
And they said some of them were trying to get out, and were going to get out today, right?
Today, I think they're opening that border with Egypt. Yeah. Because the assault, I mean, we got another report yesterday of the explosion there. Do we know how many people died? I didn't get an updated number on that.
At the refugee camp?
At the refugee camp, yeah. But to Hillary Clinton's point there, I mean, it's like, you can't, I'm sorry. I cannot believe that I'm right on the same page with her.
I know.
You can't.
It's bizarre.
If it's like the adage, like if you take your foot off your opponent's throat for 1 second,
Well, I sent in a clip. I don't know if we have it, but I watched a clip yesterday of Wolf Blitzer talking to one of the IDF spokesmen, and Wolf could not get it through his head why the refugee camp was targeted. I mean, he just could not get it through his head. The Hamas was there. Okay, Wolf, take it easy.
We've got that. You want to see this?
Yeah.
We were focused again on our target, a senior commander, Wolf, and we'll be updating you with more data as the hour moves ahead.
But even if that Hamas commander was there amidst all those Palestinian refugees who are in that Jabalia refugee camp, Israel still went ahead and dropped a bomb there, attempting to kill this Hamas this Hamas commander, knowing that a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children, presumably would be killed? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's not what you're hearing, Wolf. We're focused on this commander, again, who you'll get more data who this man was.
Okay.
Killed many, many Israelis. We're doing everything we can. It's a very complicated battle space. There could be infrastructure there. There could be tunnels there.
Right.
We're still looking into it, and we'll give you more data as the hour moves ahead.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
But you know that there are a lot of refugees, a lot of innocent civilians, men, women, and children in that refugee camp as well, right?
The IDF guys
this is the tragedy of war, Wolf. I mean,
Thank you.
As you know, we've been saying for days, move south. Civilians that are not involved with Hamas, please move south.
I'm just trying to get a little bit more information. You knew there were civilians there. You knew there were refugees.
My gosh.
All sorts of refugees. But you decided to still drop a bomb
What
on
is
that
it you don't
refugee camp
understand here?
to kill the Hamas commander.
Seriously.
By the way, was he killed?
I can't confirm yet. There'll be more updated. Yes, we know that he was killed.
By the way, Wolf, what are you wearing?
About the civilians
Pause
there.
it for a second.
Right? I'm glad you're saying that.
I mean, what are you doing?
I know.
Okay, you can't wear white on TV, dude. What are you doing?
You know who he looks like?
You can't do, especially when you got gray hair and a gray beard.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
He looks like...
That's why I never wear white.
I thought it actually
He's
was
a cult
like,
leader. He looks like a cult leader.
Yeah,
that
I thought that's what it
Applewhite
was.
guy.
Yes, he does.
Applewhite, what was his name? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, but what a dumb move. How long have you been in TV? You don't wear white.
Honestly, like that looks like something you would be standing right next to the Indian Prime Minister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think
right.
there's an occasion, bro.
No, there's no occasion. They're not on television. You don't wear white. I'm sorry, that's just a thing. Everybody knows it. Don't wear white.
We thought
Wolf.
everyone knew it.
We thought everybody did. But the other thing is, get it through your head.
He won't. It goes on.
It's their fault, not ours.
It goes on.
Okay?
And we don't-
If they're going to use human shields, I'm sorry, we're out to kill these people.
I was just struck. I couldn't believe that Wolf, what don't you understand about it?
Hey, dummy, the answer is yes. Okay? There's going to be people around. Sorry, I don't want there to be, but that happens. I mean, let's go back to World War II. Did we worry about the, who was in Dresden at the time we carpet bombed it? No, we didn't. Sorry.
Chris is...
Can't help you. You're ruled by Nazis, and you put these people in power, and we're trying to take them out.
Chris is telling me we had 7 hostages died at that attack.
Yes, as of an
7
hour
hostages?
ago, Hamas says.
Jeez.
Hamas says.
Okay, well, if Hamas says it, you know it's true.
7 hostages killed, and then hundreds injured at the refugee
They're such liars.
Hundreds of what?
I don't believe it for a second.
It just says hundreds.
Yeah, their track record not so good on reporting anything from there.
Just like the hospital that was bombed where 800 people died. Wow, they were everybody in the hospital was gathered in the parking lot? That's weird.
Don't put your refugee camp on top of tunnels.
Right.
Or weapons caches.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean...
And their leaders
don't put
hiding
your
out there.
Don't put your rocket launchers around schools. They said at the very beginning, okay, if Hamas is launching rockets from a school, it's not a school anymore.
Correct.
It's a military base. If they're launching from hospitals, it's not a hospital anymore. It's a military base.
I thought Wolf was smarter than that, but apparently not.
No. I mean, he's obviously pissed about the Israelis actually taking action here without being politically correct about the way they're prosecuting the war.
Yeah. And he's also obviously putting his clothes on in the dark.
Right. And he doesn't have a wife or something because no, you're not wearing that. You're not wearing that.
Wow, you get that?
CNN, you're not wearing that.
You've been on TV for 100 years. You should know that.
Fortunately, my wife's not awake when I'm going to work, so she doesn't know what I'm wearing. But if we're going out for the evening, you're not wearing that.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, I was going to.
Man, you need to butch up.
Yeah, right. I know, because you're the guy who stands
butch up a little.
Meanwhile, Jeffy and I are sitting here looking very similar So we probably don't have a lot of room to talk.
Probably not.
Hey, this is a fine.
I'm saying
You're just both wearing the plaid thing.
I don't like it when that happens.
It's cute.
I don't like it.
It's adorable.
Sometimes it's like
one of the designs. There's three designs. Solid.
stripe and plaid, baby. You can do polka.
Sorry.
No, I do like it.
Okay,
though.
4.
It's almost like a lottery pick 3 or whatever. Sometimes when we have the same exact color up there,
That's
it's
actually
like
we should do a thing.
everybody's a winner when that happens, like a little jackpot.
At least none of us are wearing white. That's all I noticed.
Correct.
So I'm glad about that. All right. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken described the deaths.
This is
of an
tough to
Israeli
hear.
family.
It's very similar to a clip that we played last week. It's just let's just reinforce what Israel is up against.
Including, and if you'll forgive me, because again, these stories recede so quickly. A family at its breakfast table at one of the kibbutzes. And by the way, the profound irony of attacks on kibbutzes, the very people who most ardently believe and want a future of peace between Israelis and Palestinians, a future of 2 states. A family of 4, a young boy and girl, 6 and 8 years old, and their parents around the breakfast table. The father, his eye gouged out in front of his kids. The mother's breast cut off. The girl's foot amputated. The boy's fingers cut off before they were executed. And then their executioners sat down and had a meal.
My gosh.
That's what this society is dealing with.
My gosh.
And no nation could tolerate that. And as we've said repeatedly, as President Biden has repeatedly made clear, Israel has not only the right, but the obligation to defend itself and to try to take every possible step to make sure this doesn't happen again. We've been equally clear that it is vitally important how Israel does this. And the imperative of doing everything possible to protect civilians as well as to care for those who are endangered by the conflict is something that we feel strongly. You're, of course, right that this is a special burden on Israel because Hamas cynically and monstrously puts intentionally civilians in harm's way by hiding behind them, by using them as human shields, by placing its people, by placing its equipment, by placing its ammunition, its weapons, its command posts underneath hospitals, underneath schools, in residential complexes. But
Wolf must
for
miss this.
each of us, and particularly for democracies like Israel and the United States, we have to bear the burden of doing everything we possibly can to ensure that civilians are not harmed and to care for those who need our help. When it comes to a ceasefire, in this moment, you're exactly right. That would simply consolidate what Hamas has been able to do and allow it to remain where it is and potentially repeat what it did another day. And that's not tolerable. No nation would tolerate it. We do believe that we have to consider things like humanitarian pauses to make sure that assistance can get to those who need it and that people can be protected and get out of harm's way. But we can't have a situation where there's a reversion to the status quo, where when this is over, it goes back to Hamas being responsible for the governance and so-called security of Gaza, because that's simply an invitation to repeat what happened. And again, no nation would tolerate that.
And again, that's right. No nation would tolerate
These humanitarian pauses, though.
I know. We haven't had a humanitarian pause in World War II. Did we have one? I don't remember that.
How about no?
I think Israel's been asking for a humanitarian pause since they became an
since 1947.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
This is you got put up this picture of the family. This is just a
for some reason they're the only side that's held to that.
Right? Isn't that
sure
something?
is.
Right. But real quick, I just want to point this out. The father there you see in the pool with the 2 girls. He had a this is a quote from him, because those 2 little girls right now, they are hostages of Hamas.
Jeez.
And so he tweeted out, my beautiful girls, I haven't forgotten you. The rain falls outside and prayers pierce the sky. God will work a miracle for us, and you will return home to me soon. I'm in pain, but our love will triumph. So nobody out in the streets of Western cities, whether in Europe or here in America, nobody's saying, hey, let's go and save these kids. Hamas, why won't you release the women and children? No one's saying let's
Right.
Let's back off. No one is saying, hey, Hamas, hey, terrorists.
Because they know they won't.
Right.
They won't.
It is fascinating and so disturbing that there isn't these chants for, hey, let Israel exist.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's not try to wipe Jews off the face of the planet. No, we need a ceasefire and be humanitarians.
Right. You could have the two-state solution if you would just agree to that. Just agree. The Jews have a right to exist. Israel has a right to exist. Then you'd have your two-state solution. I don't think the two-state solution is possible. We keep trying to jam it down their throats.
We sure do.
Over and over and over and over. Yeah, the only way around this is a two-state solution. Is it really? Because we had the two-state solution, and they said no a long time ago.
Yeah. No, they've moved on to that from that. And the young people are so tainted in this nation. Look at this poll. Here's your TikTok poll. Look, on TikTok, views of pro-Palestinian posts far surpass views of pro-Israel posts.
That's unreal.
87,000 to 9,000. People are clicking on stand with Palestine stuff instead of stand with Israel. I mean, the well is so poisoned at this point.
It just shows you what a sewer TikTok and X are. They're sewers. They're just sewage.
But, I mean, that's where the kids are when they're not in school getting brainwashed with this stuff. There is no reprieve from the propaganda.
But what do you expect from the Chinese propaganda tool, TikTok?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you'd expect, really. But it's despicable. It really is, because you see in city after city the protests on behalf of the Palestinians and Hamas.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make any secret about their support for Hamas.
Have you seen the picture of the houses there in France that they're getting sprayed with the Star of David? There we go. As the person who posted this, this isn't France 1938. This is France 2023.
Incredible. I mean, that's just incredible.
If you're listening,
it's chilling. Stars of David are being spray painted onto their home so that you know Jews live there. Wow. That's not like, hey, we're Jews. We're proud to be Jews. We're flying our Jew flag. We're flying the Star of David because we love it. That's those are people who hate Jews who are showing you that Jews live here so that you can hassle them.
Terrifying world.
Hurt them. It's really bad right now. Really bad. Anthony Blinken was asked if U.S. tax dollars are funded the Hamas attack. And of course, the answer is yes, but you won't hear that from him.
I think the question I'd like to ask is, can you guarantee us that no taxpayer money, no U.S. taxpayer money, went to fund the attack that Hamas delivered in Israel on October the 7th?
No way.
So we have,
Good
and
question.
we've had from day one, and we'll obviously get back to you in response to this letter, a robust monitoring, inspection,
robust monitoring.
System for the assistance that goes to any international organization. And including.
Can you guarantee, though, that U.S. taxpayer dollars didn't go to Hamas to help fund this attack on October the 7th?
Second attempt for an answer.
Everything that we're doing in terms of
the answer is no.
making
He can't
sure
guarantee
that
it.
the assistance is used for purposes for which it's designated.
Otherwise, he'd say
not for other purposes.
Absolutely not.
As I said, we have a robust system in place.
Can I share my concern, Mr. Secretary, to be more specific about this? In May of 2021, I traveled to Israel after the 11-day war. I met with Prime Minister Netanyahu with his national security advisor. They briefed me and my team on the fact that every humanitarian aid dollar, every foreign aid dollar that goes into Gaza is controlled by Hamas. They either direct it, they tax it, or they divert it. They even take pipes intended for the water system for civilians.
Right.
And
they've shown us
rockets that are aimed at Israel.
Uh-huh.
We've seen Hamas's own videos demonstrating this. So I'm going to come back and ask you, can you guarantee that U.S. taxpayer dollars weren't used in October 7th attack?
What I can guarantee is that we take every
I'm not going to
possible
answer that question.
That's what I can guarantee.
What I can guarantee is I'm going to be a weasel, and I'm not going to ask that. I'm not going to answer it. You can ask whatever you want. I'm not going to answer it.
Correct.
You can ask me 1,000 times. I'm going to redirect it 1,000 times. I'm going to avoid it 1,000 times. Pathetic. I mean, these are pathetic.
We have very robust
despicable people. Robust, yeah, right. Sure, of course you do. It's robust. Get out of here. Nothing they do is robust except destroy. They've got a very robust destruction of America
no kidding.
Agenda right now, and that's working well, really, really well. Also, KJP.
Oh, no, not her again.
Addressed a real problem in America right now. Of course, the Islamophobia.
It's about time.
Yeah, finally.
Wait, she's back on this?
Finally.
Kid?
Yeah. Can you
About
believe
time.
it? After she backtracked last week and had to take this statement back, essentially, and say, no, what I meant was... She's back on the Islamophobia thing again.
Oh, no, really?
Here it is.
As Jeff mentioned, there are very many angry Muslim Americans right now who feel like the president isn't listening to them in their appeals for a ceasefire. What is your message to this group of Americans, and what efforts have you made at outreach to this group specifically? So a couple of things. Look, what I can say is this. The president knows that Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number, certainly of hate-fueled attacks, right? As we talk about what we're seeing here. And so he also understands that many of our Muslim, Arab American, and Palestinian American loved ones and neighbors are worried about the hate being directed at their communities.
Okay, I can't take it. I can't take it. Again.
That is unbelievable. And everything this administration does is pretty much unbelievable.
Yeah, but that is in the middle of all the anti-Semitism, in the middle of people expressing their outright hatred for Jews. It is Islamophobia we're concerned about now? Why? Show me the examples of it all over the country. Show it to me. I want to see it because I'll condemn it. If you show it to me, I'll condemn it. I haven't seen a single example of it from anybody. I do see a lot of Jewish hatred. Seen a lot of that. But I've seen nothing concerning Islamophobia. I mean, how many times has America and its interest been attacked by members of radical Islam over and over and over again? And how many times have we seen some sort of lashing out against Muslims? I don't know of it. If it's happened, I don't know about it. I really don't. I mean, I'm sure there's scattered, selected instances of Islamophobia in this country with 330 million people.
Right.
You're going to have some boneheads.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got the because you recall after 9/11 we had the Sikh who was murdered at a gas station in Phoenix, if I recall, right? And that was that we heard about that forever.
Yeah, we
did.
That
one instance.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a Sikh. That wasn't even an Islam.
Right. It was just exactly. And I think that's her little out there. Muslim and perceived Muslim individuals.
Good gosh.
And then I think you got the crazy guy in Illinois, right? The landlord that he killed the kid because he was Palestinian. Beyond that, we would hear about every last incident.
Yeah.
Forever if they had that well to draw from.
You were able to name 2 instances in the last 22 years that we can think of. Anyway, I'm sure there's probably been smaller instances or other things that we haven't heard as much about.
But that's just it. Those are magnified.
Right.
Right. If they're happening, we're going to hear about them forever.
Sure. Yeah,
you've
take
got
advantage of
organized marches of bloodthirsty individuals in American and European streets who are totally fine. They don't want a ceasefire. Ceasefire.
They want to kill Jews.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they make no bones about it.
That's not the issue, though.
Of course not.
I mean, that's just
right. It's the Islamophobia.
They just want peace. Ceasefire already. Come on.
Oh man,
this world is insane.
Oh, it's
irretrievable,
agonizing. It really is agonizing. And then to hear her stand up and reinforce it like that, it's hard to take. It really is. There's much more that we will get to. Plus, we've got to chew the fat with Jeffy for some reason. Nobody knows why. But apparently
it's Wednesday. That's what we do. What are we talking about?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't know why we do it, but it is what we do. You're right.
We want to add to the program. That's why we do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wouldn't be a hump day without Jeffy chewing the fat.
Hey, we'll do that next.
Come on, Ted. Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets for you here. Hoggasm tweets, toenail fungus foot model. Band name or Twitter handle?
Oh.
I think either way, can't lose with that. Jeffy's yacht friend. Doesn't Jeffy already start out as plus?
Oh, wait, I get that.
Plus size?
Yeah, I get it. That's a good one.
Jeffy plus?
Jeffy plus. Which is like Jeffy regular.
It's like plus size, so it's like big and tall shop sort of thing.
Fat guy section.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the Jeffy fat guy section.
Fat guy section.
Jeffy.
Let me eat! I've shopped there since I was a little kid. My mother would take me to the husky section.
The husky section. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Husky
that's
boy.
That's before they went, you know what? They're just fat people. They just get them to the fat sizes.
And then, of course, you can't. Then later on,
what?
You can't do that anymore.
No, it's big and tall.
Yeah, it's big and tall.
Big and tall.
It's like your plus size.
And before you know it, it's Moo-Moo's by Jeffy.
Thank you.
Exactly. But that's a hot item. People seek after that.
Stuff,
yeah. Rowdy introvert. Many of those that quit their job to sell facial cream had to quit selling facial cream and become foot fungus models. Now that the Blaze no longer runs ads,
what are they going to do?
They're once again out of a job. You monsters. Sorry.
Very funny.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But thank you, Rowdy.
Our bad.
Navy aviator.
Aviator?
Yep, Navy aviator. No one wants the Palestinians because everywhere they go, they try to overthrow the government.
Huh.
Right.
It seems like, what is the word? Suboptimal?
Suboptimal.
To have them in your nation?
I mean, that's Jordan's deal, too, right? That's why Jordan says, no, we tried that once. And
it seems like the terrorist attacks pissed us off. So that's why we killed them and their families and banished them from our land. So, yeah. Mark Moderman. Wolf wasn't wearing a white suit. He was wearing a surrender flag, trying to send a subliminal message to Israel.
Okay. I get it now.
Right.
Yeah. Census Cowboy. Doesn't Wolf know you don't wear white after Labor Day? Well, there's that.
Well,
and there's the TV thing.
Yeah.
I think it's white pants, though. You can wear a white shirt anytime, right?
Yeah.
Just not on TV.
Shirt. Right.
Not on TV.
What is this, Don Johnson? White pants?
I mean, it is
I
white.
haven't worn white pants in a while. It's been a while.
Really?
Yeah. I have some
Do
white
you own
jeans.
a pair?
I do. I have white jeans.
Oh, you got to wear those. You gotta wear those.
All right, I will.
And show the audience.
They're too big for me now, but
fashion.
I'll try it. I'll wear a nice belt with them.
Do you have a white belt to go with it?
I don't have a white belt.
Pat's over there thinking in his mind, he's like, okay, what's a day that I just come straight to the office and go straight home? I don't have to make any other stops along the way. That's the day I'm wearing white pants out.
Yeah. And after Labor Day, that would be a real faux pas.
Right.
I don't know why that's a rule, but apparently it is.
It's so weird.
It is really weird. All right, let's chew the fat now with Jeffy. Here's the big... there it is, and I hope you loved it.
All right, a couple things that... I know you guys played the videos of Joe Biden giving away Halloween candy.
Yeah, he's good at that.
So I wanted to play it one more time, though, because I find it fascinating that no one brought up the point that he's giving away...
Yes?
Cigarettes, candy cigarettes.
No, he's not.
There's got to be candy cigarettes that he's giving away.
I didn't catch that.
When you zoom in on those boxes, I mean, this is... Okay, look at this. Now, this is...
Look at him. Man, he's old and creepy.
I know.
It's like the decoration came to life.
Box of candy cigarettes, right here.
Oh, it sure does look like that. Oh, that looks... Yes!
That's a box of candy.
Look at that's the same thing.
It's the same thing I've got here.
That is the same thing you're
So
holding.
the president is giving away candy cigarettes. Now, I got it. They're candy and everything, but
right, but
he is such against all of them.
Okay.
That is really politically incorrect.
It sure is.
Now, Daniel in the other room
that's what that is.
has a theory. He thinks that those aren't candy cigarettes. He thinks those are raisins.
Oh.
Raisins?
I mean...
That would be more...
All right.
Typical.
I mean, I don't want to ruin
that would
it, but I mean,
Shut up, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, the old man. I could see that loser giving away.
Look how
raisins.
creepy and old this guy is.
I know.
I can't take it.
One more video that I know you played with. They broke out the long stairs. Now, I believe that they broke out the long stairs to go on Air Force One because Jill was with him. Okay. And when you watch him going up, attempting to start going up
ignoring the
long
airmen.
stairs. Right. Okay, so then he stops because somebody shouts out to him about UAW.
Right.
Which has since been taken, they worked out a deal. But he stops to say something. But you see Jill had already started up the stairs. She stops and turns around and hollers, "Let's go!"
Let's see.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because Jill is handling him today. They brought out the long stairs. He stops. Oh, okay. She stops right here. "Let's go!" That's awesome. That's just awesome. I just love it.
Yeah,
I just love it.
Wait a minute, Chris. What's this about the candy? We got to revisit the candy.
Yes, we do. According to the White House, the president dropped M&Ms or Hershey's Kisses in a little box stamped with a presidential seal.
Those were not M&Ms, nor were they Hershey's.
The box.
The box is the presidential seal, and then inside the box, there's either M&Ms or Hershey Kisses.
Did they re-box them?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. I thought we were told don't let your kids don't accept stuff from strangers.
Right.
Creepy old men and packaging that's been opened.
Right.
Okay. Well,
right.
I don't think so.
Especially not at his house.
And they also got books from the first lady.
They got books.
I bet they were.
that had to thrill the
some
kids.
of them banned books, right?
Like, hey kids, here's a can of motor oil.
Oh, nice.
It was part.
They'd rather have the motor oil than a book.
It was part of the Hollow Read theme.
Can of motor oil.
I don't want to pick on a 5 or 6.
That retails for like $5.99.
More than that.
Yeah.
Oil's
probably
expensive, my friend. I don't know the last time you bought a quart of oil, but
I'm not sure the kids would love it. But
I will say
their dad would.
I honestly don't believe they sell cans of oil anymore.
Oh,
wow.
So
wow, really?
Yeah.
Are we going for?
I'm just saying.
Wait, do you know us? Do you know us? We do call that kind of
for
talk out.
Accurate comedy now. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Did you see that Anthony Blinken's kid?
We want accuracy in our comedy, or we don't want any
it's
comedy.
Not fun. It loses some of the funny. Okay. But that kid, Anthony Blinken's kid, I didn't send the picture in, but anyway.
Oh yeah, Zelensky.
He dressed up as Vladimir Zelensky.
That's hilarious.
No, it's
who did?
It's, Anthony Blinken's kid.
Okay, can we stop for a second too?
What?
That's funny.
I just realized that it's not Anthony.
It's Anthony.
Oh, Anthony Blinken.
They kept showing that sign up there, and I'm thinking, I don't know that I knew that.
Right, there's
before.
no H.
Yeah, there's no H. It's Anthony.
You know what else? Oil doesn't come in cans anymore either, but we don't care. We're still going to power through.
The joke wasn't funny at all.
I don't care.
The joke wasn't funny at all. Here's a can of motor oil. They don't even come in cans. What are we talking about?
So if it's a bottle, if it's a bottle of motor oil, that would have been fun. That would have been, you would have laughed.
Yeah.
Seems like you laughed anyway, but okay. You're pissed that you laughed at the can of
Welcome back,
oil.
Jeffy. You were missed. What else you got?
Okay, some music stories.
Okay.
And Chewy, let's do some music stories. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony going to be streamed live on Disney Plus from Brooklyn's Barclays Center Friday. And the edited version will broadcast on January 1st on ABC. The Hall of Fame announced that the class of 2023 inductees, Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, Chaka Khan, Willie Nelson, will personally appear at the event. They'll be joined by special guests.
And the Rock Hall of Fame. It's asinine.
He's going to be there to perform. Calm down. It's going to be great.
Sheryl Crow's great, though.
Special guests Brandy Carlisle, Dave Matthews, Elton John, Her, Chris Stapleton.
Who's Her?
H-E-R.
Yeah. Who is that? Yeah. Is that like a rapper? Or
yeah,
is
she's an artist.
Okay.
H-E-R.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a very inclusive name.
It's really
not
not
going to be there. There was no mention whether the guy from the Spinners or Bernie Taupin. I mean, that's why Elton's going to be there, right? Bernie Taupin's going to show up. And Kate Bush, Rage Against the Machine. They don't know if they're going to play at the ceremony. So anyway, you'll be able to catch it.
Okay.
Friday night.
Did Kate Bush go in?
Oh, yeah.
And Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot about that. That's atrocious.
And just
Stop it.
And just because you can't have enough Taylor Swift in our lives these days, Taylor hauls in 20 nominations for the 2023 Billboard Music Awards. Happening November 19th, yeah.
Wow.
She has the most Billboard Music Awards of any female winner ever, with 29. So she has 20 shots at winning this year. She stands a good shot of surpassing Drake's all-time record, since she only needs 5 out of the 20 to set a new high mark. So Drake has 34, right? So, or 33 or 34. But Drake also has 14 nominations this year.
I can't believe Drake is the all-time
he's the guy,
leader.
Man. He's the guy.
It's unreal.
I will say that
Drake.
This is the way all award shows should do it in today's world. The winners in this awards are going to be revealed November 19th. It was announced that the show will not have any traditional broadcast. It's just the awards are going to be, and performances are going to be rolled out on social channels for Billboard and BBMA. So that's the way they all should be done. The networks pay a lot of money to air these award shows, but
and get no ratings
watches.
From.
Yeah, nobody watches. The Beatles' final song, "Now and Then," written and sung by John Lennon, completed with the help of AI software, to be released today. Software developed for Peter Jackson's documentary Get Back, which you have talked about, has been used to separate Lennon's vocals from a demo tape he left to Paul McCartney. So remember back in June, McCartney said that AI had been used to extricate Lennon's voice from a cassette recording, and they were able to take John's voice and get it pure through this AI system.
Wow.
Then we can mix the record as you would normally do, and it gives you some sort of leeway. Then they used the technology used to produce the new mix of Revolver in 2022, inspired the surviving band members to come together and use and sing together. So it was the closest, Ringo said, it's the closest we'll ever come to having him back in the room. This is emotional for us all. McCartney and Starr produced new parts for the song, features guitar parts recorded by Harrison in 95.
Oh my gosh.
String arrangement written by McCartney, Giles Martin and Ben Foster, backing vocals, recordings of Here, There, and Everywhere, Eleanor Rigby, and because they've been woven into this new song, Jeff Lynne contributed an additional production.
That's awesome.
So that gets...
I'm going to get that. I have to have that.
Yeah. Interesting that back in 97, McCartney talked about it and said...
It's released today on Spotify and whatever?
Well, the Now and Then the documentary is going to be released today. Okay, there's a 12 or 13 minute documentary that gets released today on
Disney
the Beatles.
Plus.
On the Beatles YouTube channel. And then let's see. Then the song will be unveiled in full tomorrow. And then Friday, they're going to release as a double A-side single with the Beatles' 1962 debut single, Love Me Do, featuring pop art from Ed Ruscha, the Now and Then pop art. So they all are on it. Remember, like I said, they talked about it because in 94, Yoko gave it to Paul. And then they tried to do it. And George Harrison was like, this is ridiculous. It sounds like crap. I'm not going to do it. We're not going. They tried to use it, and it just sounded like crap. So now, with all the AI technology, Harrison's wife is like, he would have loved it and would have been a part of it because it's it sounds great. There's a promo for the video for the 13-minute documentary that's kind of cool too.
When we lost John, we knew that it was really over.
I was talking to Yoko, and she said, I think I've got a tape of John.
Paul called me up and said he'd like to work on Now and Then. He put the bass on, I put the drums on.
It's the last song that my dad and Paul and George and Ringo will get to make together.
How lucky was I to have those men in my life?
Too bad they didn't realize that in
at that time.
1970, 1975, 1978. It would have been nice.
I know.
They were offered. I remember when I first got into radio, when I was a junior in high school, somebody had offered them $1 million. And that was a lot of money then. That was a lot of money.
Was money.
To do one show.
That's right.
Together.
Yeah, one show.
One. And I think they wanted to do it at Madison Square Garden or someplace. And they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. It's too bad they didn't realize, because now that Paul's 80 or whatever he is, you look back on that time and you think, geez, we should.
Pretty remarkable.
What would you do differently if you knew how much time was left on the clock?
Right. Right.
No.
And who knew he'd, die at 42.
Right.
Really sad.
Now, Chris just said that it is going to be on Disney Plus as well, but this story talks about it being released on the Beatles YouTube channel this afternoon.
All right.
So,
is it released on Disney Plus also?
Today.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked it up on the web.
Maybe you're both
Disney
right.
Plus.
See?
All right.
Okay. Good. That's what
there you go.
I'm not saying I didn't say Chris was wrong.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it.
I'm glad we
I'm gonna watch
clarified
it.
that. No?
Did you watch the other one? You watched
Get
the
Back?
really long one? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I started watching it and then I went away.
It's interesting.
Never came back.
It was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of.
Now it seems like a lukewarm endorsement. It started off like you were really gung ho, and now you're like,
he get us the Beatles factoid sheet and everything last
and
week.
Then he's like,
he was all hot and heavy on the Beatles.
Yeah.
Sort of. By the way, the name of that event, it's so fun, right? At the White House the other night was it was Hallow Read, because they gave out books. That sounds like a fun thing for kids to go to.
Yeah. Hey, kids.
Hallow Read.
Now how much fun.
Here's a can of motor oil.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's not funny, man.
Okay, so
that's not funny.
Yeah,
why is it not
There's no
funny?
cans of motor
factual,
oil,
bro.
There's no cans anymore.
We just went over how to do humor.
If it's not accurate, it's not funny. Okay.
Hey, Pat, we were talking about that Beatles turning away for that. Was it like a one-off reunion concert?
Uh-huh.
I want to correct you because they were offered $50 million.
$50 million? In what year, though? What year was that?
1976.
My God, $50 million?
$50 million in 76 was a lot of money.
That's like $500 million today.
That's a lot of money.
Grief. That's $50 million for one show? Wow.
Yep, according to
crazy.
Sunday Mirror.
Wow.
That $50 million
is
You would think
unreal.
that at that point in your career,
You'd be like, okay, yeah,
You
one show, I can get over my animosity for this, my jealousy, whatever was
But they didn't need the
separating
money.
them. Well, but that sets you up forever.
That's what I was
But they
gonna
didn't
say.
need it. They were the Beatles. They were already had
I don't
it.
care.
One show, like you need 2
At
hours
some
of my
point, you've
time
made
for
too
that.
much money.
Yeah.
They knew
Okay.
that.
Okay, thanks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they knew that. This wasn't about
And
the
it'd
money.
just go to taxes because they lived in Britain. So,
Right.
whatever.
All right, remember
Yeah.
to subscribe to Chewing the Fat,
New York
my
doesn't
daily podcast, available wherever you get podcasts. Today I'm going to talk to Peter Melfi, the founder of the Florida Man Games. Can't wait to talk to him. Should be a fun interview. So
wait, does New York State, they have income tax in that state?
Yeah.
Can we fact check that?
Surprisingly, they do. They do. But it's only 12%, so that's not bad.
not bad.
That's not bad.
Phone to the go.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Let me take a minute to tell you about preborn. According to a recent study of hundreds of post-abortive women, 60% of them reported that they would have preferred to give birth if they just received more support from others or had financial security. And that's, of course, where preborn comes in. Preborn will give them a chance to experience the life that's growing inside of them through ultrasounds. And that's just $28 per ultrasound. So if you could afford $28, be so greatly appreciated. But whatever you can afford, preborn welcomes it. Once the expectant mother chooses life, then they go into action for them, providing baby clothes and formula and all kinds of things that they need for the support that they seek out in the first place. Your donation of $28 could help save a life. That's a donation you would never regret giving. Preborn. Go to preborn.com/Pat, or you can also dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Syrian energy tweets, maybe the Jews should start attacking Muslims unprovoked so the international community will support them.
Gosh.
That'd be nice if it worked that way.
Yeah. Too much truth in that one.
Sarah the Roma. They probably gave out books on how to trans your 5-year-old at the White House.
That's possible.
I'm sure. Yeah. Kim Miola. You can still get an oil can of Foster Lager.
Yeah, it's a bad beer pun.
Yeah, okay. So it tastes like oil, Foster Lager?
Yeah, so I mean, but what's her name that did the tweet there?
Kim.
Yeah, Kim, come on. We like accuracy in our tweets, so clearly, it's not an oil can, it's a beer can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, thank you. Muffer Squish, shouldn't Taylor give some of those awards to artists that don't have any? Yes. She should. She's got way too many. At some point, you've got enough awards. Right?
Thank you.
We can't have people thinking that they're based on merit or anything. And especially for her, because she's all about that sort of theory.
Yes, she is.
She's all about it.
Yes, she is.
Except not so much when it comes into practice. But can't say anything bad about Taylor Swift because she's
Taylor Swift,
the queen of the universe.
Yeah, she's it.
Right? So, she's great.
Yeah.
Now, I can't get enough of seeing her at NFL games and the fact that they talk
she
about
hasn't been
her
there,
all
though,
the
for a couple weeks. So.
Yeah. Wasn't she just at the Denver game or something?
No, she wasn't.
No,
She wasn't at the Denver game?
No, what the story to that game was that she wasn't there.
Okay.
Kansas City lost,
right?
And then Kansas City played her song right after the game, and made the Chiefs leave the field listening to Taylor. It was awesome.
Yeah, and so of course now you see stories and statistical analysis of what are Travis Kelce's numbers like when she's there and when she's not, and they're like
difference.
Night and day.
There's a big difference, and there's a big difference on some of the viewing numbers. I mean, she's a draw.
Well, yeah, there's no question of that. She's a draw.
She's it,
yeah.
man.
She is.
It's tough it's tough not to show her. When she's there
because she's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, for some reason,
this world makes no sense.
People are obsessed with her.
I know.
I mean, she's okay. She's fine, but she's not the Beatles, Except she really is today's version.
Yeah, she sure is. I mean, she's not Elvis Presley. Let's not go. Let's not.
She's bigger than Elvis.
Let's not. That's absolutely not true, but go ahead.
Oh, no, here we are.
Yeah, man, give me another nanner sandwich, will you? Scylla, give me another nanner sandwich.
But you sound
over here.
Stopped up in there.
Yeah, I'm a little constipated right now.
We gathered.
Yeah, man, that's why I need some nanners.
Was that Elvis's last words?
Again, accuracy in your comedy. It's not even funny.
No, I think that is accurate. I think we painted the scene beautifully.
He did die on the toilet. We do know that. So,
not with the last words knowing.
Okay. We don't know that for sure, though. It might have been.
I mean, I think that's
might have
pretty
been his last.
I don't think
Scylla, give me another nanner sandwich. Might have been his last words. We don't know.
No, it was.
Except Scylla was probably not there.
No, Scylla wasn't there. And he wasn't asking for a nanner sandwich.
It was incomprehensible what he was asking for. Off the rails. Sorry.
Nothing more timely than Elvis humor, is there? There's nothing more timely than that.
We're just making the apocalypse fun with constipation and death humor on Pat Gray Unleashed. Thanks for tuning in.
Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get back to the apocalypse itself. FBI Director Christopher Wray talked about gaps in intelligence. Is this our gaps or Israel's gaps?
Oh, this is ours.
Our gaps.
Great.
All right. Here he is talking
what
about
has now increased is the greater possibility of one of these foreign terrorist organizations directing an attack in the United States. We haven't seen...
Nobody loves this guy. His own mother doesn't love this guy. Nobody loves him.
This guy drives me insane. Him and Mayorkas.
Yeah.
And the whole damn bunch
and that's
of
the
them.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole damn bunch of them.
We need to talk to this Congress about scheduling all these major hearings at the same exact time. Now, I have a theory. First of all, it overwhelms us with show prep stuff, okay? Because we got to go and cover all of these different things happening in D.C. at the same time.
I know. We've only gotten through for like 4 of these clips.
But my theory is that...
Oh, with Elvis humor.
Humor.
Right.
And well, I mean, one of them was a Senate committee hearing. But I think you want these folks, these Biden officials testifying at the same time so that you can catch them contradicting each other.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the line of questioning is very similar. Anyway, that's getting deep here. But
all right, here's let's go back to the beginning, and here's Christopher Wray on the gaps in intelligence.
Evidence that it's actually happening yet, but what we have seen is, and I listed them off in my opening remarks, one terrorist organization after another calling for attacks, and
so we should wake up.
It is a time to be concerned. We are in a dangerous period.
So, is the FBI able to track all threats and prevent these individuals from conducting an attack on U.S. soil?
I couldn't say that we were able to detect all individuals. The people that we know about, as Secretary Rumsfeld used to say, the known, we're quite good at together with our partners. But it is the unknown that I worry about quite a bit.
So, Director Wray, can you say that we do not have either individual foreign terrorists or terror cells affiliated with foreign groups currently operating in the United States?
Well, we're not tracking that, but again, I point back to what it is. The gaps in our intelligence are real, and it's something that
gaps in our intelligence are real.
So, Director Wray, so what would you say right now to the American public? Because, like in my state, I've got a significant Jewish population. Right. They're scared to go to synagogue, Chabad. They're scared to send their kids to day schools. So, but it's not just them. It's, other individuals, like my daughters called me, said, should they be sending their kids to school? What would you tell Americans right now about the threat today as compared to before?
This is not a time for panic, but it is a time for vigilance. We shouldn't stop conducting our daily lives, going to schools, houses of worship, and so forth. But we should be vigilant. You often hear the expression, if you see something, say something. That's never been more true than now. And that's probably partly why the American people are reporting more tips and leads to us, and we're pursuing those threats and leads as vigorously and responsibly as we can.
Thank you.
So what did he say? Gaps?
Yeah, I'd like to go back to that, actually, about the question about the gaps. Because prior to that gaps, he said they weren't tracking.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, they were tracking terror groups in the United States?
No, they're tracking parents that show up at school board meetings.
Yeah, because that's the biggest threat we
Catholics,
face. Right?
Maybe are going to church.
The white supremacists are the scariest group of people in this country.
Like, in other words...
So they're not tracking...
No, they're not tracking terrorists. Right, but if you were within 200 miles of, say, Washington, D.C. on January 6th, they're tracking you. They're finding out everybody that was there. But maybe you could use some of your resources to track actual Islamic terrorists.
No.
Oh, I swear.
That would be hateful and Islamophobic. Weird. Wow. I mean, that's unreal. He also warned of Hamas attacks in the U.S.
Oh, no.
But as I said a few moments ago, on top of the homegrown violent extremists and domestic violent extremist threat, we also cannot and do not discount the possibility that Hamas or another foreign terrorist organization may exploit the current conflict to conduct attacks here on our own soil.
Cool.
We have kept our sights on Hamas and have multiple ongoing investigations into individuals affiliated with that foreign terrorist organization.
Love the contradictions here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not tracking them, but we're keeping an eye on them.
Oh, no. Is this going to be another one of those when it happens? The FBI
knew about it.
It was on their radar.
Yep. Yeah, whatever happens, yes, that will be the
We can't track every individual, but this was on our radar, the overall extremism.
Yeah, thankfully, Ahmed showed up at a school board meeting, and that's why we were able to track him. I swear. It's just bizarro world, man.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, so the anti-Semitic threats, they said yesterday, are at historic levels.
I thought it was Islamophobia.
Historic levels. Right. That's what it was twisted into, of course, by KJP. But it's not the Islamophobia that's at historic levels. It's the anti-Semitism. It is the attacks on Jews I mean, it's a big, big concern right now. According to the Biden administration, after declaring their unambiguous support for Israel in the wake of the October 7th attacks, the White House has become more critical of the country's response, Israel's response, a shift that U.S. officials attribute to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. So that's what we're worried about now. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about the other stuff. Don't worry about Hamas in America. Don't worry about attacks on Jews. Let's worry about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. When they were told to get out, they knew what was coming because the Israelis told them over and over and over again. From Democrats, the war is exposing deep divisions among members of the Democrat Party in Congress, as the most outspoken supporters of the Jewish state and vocal Palestinian members on the left are openly at odds. Yeah. You know what's interesting about all of this right now is that I think the Jewish people, Israel, and Jews in this country are starting to find out who their friends are.
I hope so.
And their friends are not on the left. Never have been, never will be. I don't know why you identify with them, why you hang out with them, why you think they're your friends, but they're not. And they never have been.
Except we played that clip of Hillary earlier that, sounds like she is.
It does sound that way. Yeah, I mean, and that was surprising because what we're hearing from the administration right now is Israel. Whoa.
Right.
Okay, slow down.
Yeah, Israel's got 100%. They've got a right to protect their sovereignty.
And you hear from KJP, the White House spokesperson. Yeah, we're really concerned about Islamophobia right now.
Right.
We're going to get a handle on the Islamophobia.
We need some humanitarian pauses.
What? Jeez. You know what else? We need to send $14 billion to the Palestinians right now and get aid to them.
Yeah, no, we don't.
As soon as possible.
No, we don't.
And you know what? I mean, even if they use that for terror activities, if it's re-diverted to Hamas.
No, they won't, though.
They won't.
No, because we're going ahead and documenting everything that's being used for and what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
So, we'll stop it. Man, we will cut it off.
Well, except we can't.
Right at the...
Well, except we can't.
But you got the FBI director saying, stay vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
We've got gaps in our intelligence. We can't completely discount terrorist attacks in this country. So what a great time to be pushing gun control by the same administration with these warnings.
That's brilliant.
I don't think I sent this meme in, Joe, but there's a great meme going around, and it's got like just some lady's face, and it just says, Joe Biden said he was coming for my guns, so I moved them upstairs. See,
because he can't go upstairs.
See, I know it's not.
Get it?
See, it's kind of accurate humor,
because
right?
we have seen him go upstairs.
Right, see?
But it's not entirely
There it is.
accurate.
Problem solved. See, look at that. Joe Biden said he's coming for my guns, so I moved them upstairs. Problem solved. And there you go. So just keep that in mind. Keep your guns upstairs.
That's not funny. That's not funny because I've seen him go upstairs. He can do that. So it's not.
Can he?
It's not funny comedy.
We just saw him earlier.
Yeah, we saw him.
Okay, let me rewind. Can he do it? Can he do it twice? I mean, that was a unicorn. That video.
Frankly, I don't know.
I don't know if we can do that again.
All right. Do you have Jeffy odors in your home you just can't get rid of? Well, now you can. You can get rid of any nasty odor with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. Thunderstorm gets rid of strong odors from cooking, cigarette smoke, litter boxes, trash cans, smelly friends, whatever. Jeffy. Whatever the problem may be, they're no match for the Eden Pure Thunderstorm. Starts working in just seconds to clear a room of any odor. We just, my wife cooked salmon the other night, and man, that just lingers. Except when you have the Eden Pure Thunderstorm.
There you go.
You just turn that bad boy on, and it's gone. That's why they have so many 5-star reviews online. It's just going to work. People love it. Hundreds of thousands of these have gone out the door.
Yeah, I've heard they work great on if you happen to have a foreign exchange student from Europe. That's helpful to have Eden Pure.
Bro, I told you that in private.
I didn't out you.
Wow.
But here we are.
But there we are.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
After you cook salmon and the salmon smell goes away, do you have to change the filter?
It's a really good question.
Do you listen?
Thank you.
That I've answered multiple times, and the answer is still no, because there are no filters in the Eden Pure thunderstorm. It works with O3 technology. Sends out O3 molecules.
Okay.
That's what stops the odor, not some sort of filter system.
Sorry.
But is it easy to work? Because I get confused.
Yeah.
I get really confused on how to work machines.
It's pretty easy.
Oh, it is.
What do you do?
You pull out the
Step one.
the prongs there, the plug, and you plug it into the wall. Okay, and then you turn it on like that.
And then I'm done.
Yeah, then you're
3
done.
steps.
Then you're done.
Write them down.
If you can handle that.
Write them down so you don't be asking in the middle of a commercial again.
Wait a minute. What did he say to do? Is there a YouTube video on this?
We just did it.
Tutorial. We should do
We should. Let's do a YouTube on it. All right. Right now, you can save $200 on 3 thunderstorms for whole home protection. 3 units under $200. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Enter the promo code Pat. That's Eden, EDEN, Pure Deals. EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code Pat, and shipping is free.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Oh, it's November 1st. Means a couple of things. One thing is that the new Boston cream pie cookie debuts today at Kexi.
Oh, wow.
My gosh. Seriously, this might be the best cookie of all time. It might be. The eggnog cookie also debuts today, and that is insane as well. And then this delicious pumpkin bread.
I will say that's pretty good.
Oh, my God.
That's pretty darn good.
It's very good.
I've had 3 slices.
The pumpkin.
Have you really?
Yes.
The pumpkin crust.
Mm-hmm. Well, because there's, it's very, very, it's almost a health food is what it is. Yeah. It's almost like eating kale.
Isn't
except
pumpkin
it tastes
vegetable
really
or
good, and there's no nutrients in it. Other than that, it's just like kale.
Yeah.
Actually, pumpkin probably has some nutrients, right?
Absolutely.
But it is crusted here, as you can maybe see with that's like a
deliciousness.
It's like a cinnamon, like a sugar deliciousness,
like a bug protein or something.
Brown sugar and cinnamon and stuff. Oh, so good. Oh man. Anyway, Kexi.com, KEKSI.com. Go there, get it. The Boston cream pie thing. It has a cream-filled center. Creamiest chocolate frosting. You wonder if you're actually eating the Boston cream pie. It's really, really good. Give it a try. In the meantime, I think we still have more madness.
Oh, yeah, because Christopher Wray, he just warned us about homegrown terrorism, right?
That's right.
Domestic terrorism.
Yes, he did. And so I guess we got some white supremacists to deal with.
We have
here.
a lead for him.
Thank goodness.
Awesome.
All right.
Stay vigilant, y'all.
All right. Here we go.
Clip 7.
Say something.
Great to see how many black people agree with Palestine. But can we have that same energy here in the Americas for us right now? Can the great minds that we have for black people come together and create an organization that's going to start our revolution?
Nice microphone.
Haji, black people can agree. Shut the up.
Hey,
I believe we have enough black people with a similar mindset for a black revolution.
Oh, wow.
In fact, if you feel like you want a black revolution too, click the link in the bio and join the Nation of Black Liberation. We're just going to sit here and be like, damn, I support Palestine, or are we going to do what Palestine do and colonized? Peace. If that capitalism birthed racism, then you'll believe that the end of capitalism would end racism. And that's not true, because it does not matter what class you are in. If you are black, you are susceptible to racism. So we can listen to these crackers sit here and tell us how bad capitalism is.
I prefer honky.
They're barely talking to you. Because at the end of the day, ain't no people's revolution without the black revolution. Peace. We must decolonize. In order to do that, we first have to believe that our identity is more important than the conditions that we live currently. And if we truly believe that, then we must be ready to die on that hell.
Oh, okay.
Government system is built off of a system of racism. And we can agree that the majority of the people that occupy the states are white people. Let's do some more history math. If we know that the United States has a federal democratic republic government, and the majority of the citizens are white, we know that the system is built off of racism. Who can we conclude upholds this system? For the sake of this video, we'll call our oppressors the others. If the system is built off of racism,
okay, the guy's literally okay. I got it. The guy's literally calling for a revolution. What? To overthrow, to kill, to murder white people? Is that what it is?
I do like the mic placement, though.
Yeah, right in his dreads.
That's cool.
That is...
and he got a little smoother toward the end where he wasn't having to read as much. So that was helpful.
No,
but there you go, FBI Director Ray. You're looking for vigilance.
Right. There's your white supremacist right there who's causing all kinds of problems and calling for revolution. Or wait, no, that wasn't a white supremacist, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Interesting, too, that he's going after the people who are white and saying that capitalism is a bad thing. So he's talking about his own progressive allies there, apparently. I mean, you can't do anything to help this guy.
Too many crackers.
Wow. All right. Let me tell you about My Patriot Supply. It's clear the unthinkable is here. With the recent media distractions, most people never saw it coming. Some did. Their gut told them something was wrong, and the headlines are proving them right. Our so-called trusted institutions tell you not to worry, that everything's fine, but you know better. Self-reliance doesn't happen overnight. You have to start somewhere, and you can start right now with My Patriot Supply. This is a great way to get yourself prepared, to get your family prepared, to take care of at least 3 months. Because if you have a 3-month supply, that'll get you through just about any sort of outrageous catastrophe. If it goes on longer than 3 months, we're in real trouble. And I don't know if we can help you, but we could with a year supply. But start with 3 months. You can work your way up from there. My Patriot Supply. Go there today. Go to preparewithpat.com and order now for fast and free shipping. Preparewithpat.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Well, I think we've seen this morning that white supremacy is really the issue here, right?
Thank you.
I think we've seen that. Jeez. The FBI have their eye on that guy we just played before the break. Are you watching him?
No, we may be aware. Maybe.
I mean, I doubt it. I really doubt it. Bet they don't have any concern there.
No.
We never heard about the Black Panthers. And remember the guy who was talking about killing black or white babies?
Yeah, Shabazz or whatever. Was that Shabazz?
Yeah, I think that was Shabazz. He was going to kill white people. We got to kill some white people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got to kill day babies. Oh, okay. What about the night babies?
all white people.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hate every iota of a cracker. So, yeah, that wasn't a problem. That wasn't an issue.
No.
He wasn't a problem.
For you to bring it up,
it's just silly.
Speaks volumes of your own racial tendencies over there.
Doesn't it, though? I mean, if you had white people saying those things about any other race, I wonder if anybody would pay them a visit from a law enforcement agency.
I don't think you'd have to wonder too long.
No, you wouldn't. And let's get into the mind now of a Muslim cleric in Gaza.
Okay.
Shall we, just for a moment? Here's an Islamic leader in the Gaza Strip.
A couple years ago.
From 2020, I think.
Yeah.
But he was previewing the Virgins in Paradise.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So he's trying to recruit soldiers for Hamas and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Awesome.
Praise be Allah, who created the beautiful virgins of paradise. We're going to have to read this. Who are as beautiful as rubies and something. Is there any audio on this at all?
Chaste, restraining their glances, untouched by man or jinn. Brother, do you love her? You will be given 2 wives as you enter paradise.
2 wives?
Oh. Huh. Pause it for a second. What if I don't want 2?
Word.
I can only handle 1. Can I say no to one of them? Is that
Why would
a
you
thing?
do such a thing?
That was a bad spot to pause that.
I can barely handle the one. Now you're trying to saddle me with two? I don't know. I don't know that I want that.
I thought there was supposed to be like 50.
Yeah, 500, I thought.
I thought it was 72. It was 72.
Oh, 72?
Right?
Okay, I think you're right. But yeah, it seems like the offer isn't what it used to be.
No.
And now they're wives?
You're handed 2 wives when you come into paradise.
Maybe that's just the beginning, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see what else he had to say here.
Okay.
There'll be no menstruation.
Press play,
There'll be no menstruation, no childbirth, no saliva.
No mucus.
Okay.
Take all the fun.
So they're not going to have any kind of sinus infection.
Sinus infection?
If a woman from the dwellers of paradise were to merely look upon the people of earth, she would fill the earth with light and with a wonderful scent.
Oh, I don't like scents. No smells.
Therefore, you'll be given in paradise the sexual strength of a few men.
Just a few.
Oh, wow. Huh. Allah's messenger was asked, will you be able to endure this? He said that every man will be given the strength of 100 men.
I thought it was a few. Now it's 100.
Now it's 100. The virgins of paradise will be jealous for you, and they will sing for you.
No singing.
Sounds great.
Keep your mouth closed.
The Prophet Muhammad said that the virgins shall sing in paradise.
إن الحور العين لا تغنين في الجنة.
He takes a long time to say that.
Yeah, he does. It will not be like singing the Kulthum or Abdul Halim Hafaz.
Good, because I don't like those two songs.
Oh, you were seduced by the obscene songs. And you who listen to profligate songs, do not deny yourself of the singing of the virgins of paradise with their pleasant voice.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
I gotta tell you.
That's how many times have I said that?
So
don't deny the singing of the virgins of paradise.
I'm about to roll out a prayer
with their
rug.
pleasant voice.
I'm about to roll out a prayer rug after hearing that.
Are you?
He's convincing.
Yeah.
He's convincing.
Well,
it was the singing that did it, right?
Was it the singing?
It was.
Wait a minute. So you show up
because the 2 songs he told me not to listen to, I don't like them.
You don't
anyway.
like them anyway.
Okay.
So you and the cleric are on the same.
You're on the same page.
Same
Good for
eternal
you.
afterlife.
That's great.
Page. So wait a minute, though.
Right.
It feels like when we were talking about this 20 years ago, that offer was a little bit better.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Well, inflation.
It was 72.
72 virgins, and now it's
question.
2 wives.
That's Bidenomics. Right
Yeah,
there.
That's Biden.
Times are even tough for that.
What a recruitment tool.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
I thought I was told by the recruiter at the Hamas recruiting office 72 virgins.
Oh, like, no.
The package still looks like there's 72, but there's only 2 in
We
here.
haven't updated the pamphlet. It's 2 wives now. Sign right here.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Wow. That's some weird stuff.
Very weird.
All right.
Should we do the Josh Hawley talking to Mayorkas? I'm telling you, D.C., the Capitol Hill was a busy place yesterday.
It's a beehive of activity yesterday. All right. Yeah. Here's Senator Hawley with Alejandro Mayorkas.
I love this guy, too.
Yeah.
Man.
What about people who say things like, on October the 7th, F Israel, I'm cleaning up the language here, F Israel, the government and its military, are you ready for your downfall?
Oh, boy.
People who say things like F Israel and any Jew who supports Israel. May your conscience haunt your dreams until your last breath. Palestine will be free one day. F apartheid Israel and any Israeli. This is pretty extreme rhetoric, don't you think?
Senator, I do, and I think there is a distinction between espousing or endorsing terrorist ideology and speech that is odious, that does not rise to that level.
Fair enough. This person works for you.
Oh, no!
Wow.
Oh, Mayorkas walked right into that trap, didn't he?
Man.
That was awesome.
Wow.
So that's a Homeland, that's a Department of Homeland Security employee tweeted that out. Mayorkas didn't realize the trap that he had just walked into.
No, apparently he didn't.
And so now he's pissed.
To expand on that a little bit?
Do you know how pissed he is
now
right
he's pissed.
Now?
Yeah. Clip 2. Let's go to the next one.
An employee of the Department of Homeland Security who posted these comments on October the 7th. That's not all she posted. She also posted this graphic.
No.
Now, this is a fake graphic, I want to be clear, but I think we understand it. This is a paraglider, a Hamas paraglider, depicted here with a machine gun flying into Israel. She posted it under her online alias with the celebratory Free Palestine.
Jeez.
Mr. Secretary, what's going on here? Is this typical of people who work at DHS? This is an asylum and immigration officer who is posting these, frankly, pro-genocidal slogans and images on the day that Israelis are being slaughtered in their beds. What have you done about this?
Four things I'd like to say to you.
Four things. He's pissed.
Number one, your question to suggest that that is emblematic of the men and women of the Department of Homeland Security is despicable.
I'm sorry. What have you done? This person works for the Department of Homeland Security. Have you fired her?
That was one of four answers.
Have you fired her?
One.
Have you fired her? Don't come to this hearing room when Israel has been invaded and Jewish students are barricaded in libraries in this country and cannot be escorted out because they are threatened for their lives. You have employees who are celebrating genocide, and you are saying it's despicable for me to ask the question?
Oh, wow. That's great.
Wow. One of four.
I'm sorry I missed that.
One of four answers.
Wow. Wonder what the other three
I know.
were.
I'm sorry I missed that.
What were the other three?
I didn't see the whole exchange, but that was a good clip from yesterday.
What's he supposed to say to that, though?
Yes, he can't say anything.
Because he hasn't fired the person. He
probably didn't even know
probably
about
doesn't
it.
know
He
about
probably
it.
didn't know about
So
Yeah.
what? Mayorkas should have been run out already.
Oh, my
That
God.
man
No,
should
yes.
be
We're not
impeached.
making excuses
No,
for
I know
the
you're
guy.
not. I know you're not. But I'm not going to have
he's
any sympathy for these
despicable.
officials.
He's despicable.
I have no sympathy for him either, but he obviously doesn't know about it. Obviously, he doesn't know.
He
about
doesn't.
It. And so,
And if he knew about it, he wouldn't do anything about it anyway.
And as
He wouldn't.
tasty of a clip that is, nothing. There's not going to be any
nothing will
repercussions
come
for
of it.
anybody
Nothing will
involved
come
in
of
that.
it.
Not Mayorkas, who should be impeached for multiple reasons, but also for that DHS employee. I would love it if anyone ever sees a follow-up of that employee's employment status. Send it our way.
I really like Josh Hawley. Why isn't he Senate minority leader? Why?
The turtle.
Why? Let's get rid of the turtle. I mean, let him go home. Let him go home. Let him, recuperate, if you will. Let him unfreeze. Let him
waddle around the pool a little bit, the little turtle pool.
Right. But I mean, when you've been in the aquarium that long, then seniority. We have the rest of that clip. I don't know. How long.
We should. So do we have the?
He's gonna pick it up right there.
All right. Can you pick it up there?
Escorted out because they are threatened for their lives. You have employees who are celebrating genocide, and you are saying it's despicable for me to ask the question. Has she been fired?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Secretary.
After the consumption of Senator Hawley's time, I'd like to speak.
Has she been fired?
Has she been fired?
I'd like an answer. Would you?
Because I will not be given the opportunity.
Has she been fired?
So that individual has been placed on administrative leave.
So she's not been fired.
Number two.
He knew.
Why has she not been fired?
Oh my God.
Number two, the individual was hired in 2019.
Why has she not been fired?
Number three, I cannot speak to an ongoing personnel matter.
Why has this person not been fired? Your answer is you can't speak to it? This isn't sufficient to fire her?
I am not in a position to speak to an ongoing personnel matter.
This isn't sufficient to fire her? That's what you're telling me?
That is not what I'm saying.
But she's still on your payroll as we sit here today.
Interesting.
That is not what I'm saying.
She's still on your payroll as we sit here today.
Senator?
How many cases? She was an asylum and immigration officer. How many cases did she adjudicate?
Senator, I'm not in a position to speak about an ongoing personnel.
I'm not asking about that. I'm asking you how many cases she adjudicated.
My answer remains.
Did she adjudicate any cases involving Israelis seeking asylum in this country?
Ooh, good question.
Well, let me just point you to what else she posted on social media.
Oh, wow.
She drew attention to the fact that she is an immigration and asylum officer.
Okay.
Hashtag immigrants, hashtag asylum seekers, hashtag Palestine, hashtag refugees welcome. This is on her LinkedIn post where she has her professional affiliation posted. So I think the American people deserve to know, has she admitted, contrary to law, individuals who should not be in this country or denied Jewish refugees whose genocide she's advocating asylum that they deserve?
Same answer.
Same answer.
You're not going to tell us what this person's done? Are you conducting a review of her cases at least?
Senator, as I have
That's
said
a good question.
over and over again, I cannot speak to an ongoing.
You said that you will
personnel
not. I
matter.
can't believe that you would come to this committee knowing this. You know about this. I've written to you about it. You know all about it. And you come here unwilling to answer and suggest that it is wrong of me to ask you the question. Quite frankly, Mr. Secretary, I think that your performance is despicable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. So we were wrong. He did know about it.
And for him to
my
act
gosh.
all put out. Like,
Yeah. That's
He
incredible.
did know about it, and they haven't fired her because that way they can use the continued, ongoing case.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Run out the
they've
clock.
Suspended her. She's off the clock.
gosh.
But she's off the clock, but she's on the clock for them because they're able to use it as an excuse.
And they'll use
Can't
that.
talk about it.
They'll use that until he's no longer in the office
Can't
and this
talk about it.
administration isn't in power.
We still have more. We'll get to it in just a second. But first, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. If you're relocating, you're selling a home, you're buying a home, you're doing both, you need a really good realtor, especially in this environment where, it's kind of volatile right now and you got really high interest rates. I mean, not historically really high, but really high compared to what we have had. And you need really good advice on how to sell your home. What kinds of things should you do to get it ready? Will you get your money out of it if you remodel, if you say change the countertops or the flooring or whatever? That's where your realtor comes in. They're the ones who are with buyers all the time, and they know what people are looking for. Should you paint everything white or gray? I think that's, I don't know. Yeah, you ask your realtor about that. I think that might be going out of style again. So anyway, talk to your realtor. We find only the best across the country, and then this is a free service that we provide to you. We hook you up with them, and then it's off to the races for you and that realtor. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
So Mayorkas was also asked about terrorists in the United States of America. And
coming across his border?
Yeah.
That's secure?
That's secure. The border is secure. What does he have to say about it?
Can you say that Hamas, Hezbollah, or other Iran-backed terrorists are not in the U.S. currently after possibly illegally crossing our southern border?
Senator, let me assure you that anyone who poses a threat to our national security or our public safety is an enforcement priority of ours, and we use our detention capabilities to the fullest extent.
So we're fine. We're fine. Look, if we get them, we're gonna lock them up, and you're safe.
That's it.
You're safe. 6 million have crossed the border as long as Biden illegally.
No, it's 10
million.
million.
10 million. 10 million.
It's
okay.
10
Gotta update my number.
million since he took over.
Okay.
10 million. I mean, that is by far the most in history in a 2-year period.
It's
3 years.
You would think that it's a failure, but really it's...
Oh, it's a success for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine with it.
So they get done with the hearing there, and then Senator Ted Cruz has some thoughts on what he witnessed.
Okay. And here it is.
You asked a minute ago about the supplemental. Understand the White House's strategy here, because it's an utter joke. The funding that they call, quote, border security is not designed to reduce even one illegal immigrant. It's not designed to stop even 1 pound of fentanyl. What it is designed to do is accelerate this process. The Biden administration is asking for more money to process illegal immigrants faster. More planes and more buses to send more illegal immigrants to New York City and Washington, D.C. and Chicago and every city in America. They don't want to stop it. And understand, Joe Biden could prevent this tomorrow. When you ask the Border Patrol agents, how do we fix this? They say, look, we don't need more money. We need policy. And here's the policy we need. When we catch someone, follow the law and deport them.
Send back them.
No, we lock them up because Mayorkas just said we lock up threats.
We use detention to the fullest extent. That's So everything's fine.
Oh, I'm comforted.
Everything's fine.
These people, man.
Oh, it's despicable. It really is.
And
that doesn't.
I just want to point out, Ted, it's illegal. Okay, the illegal thing drives me insane.
You know what?
The illegal thing,
No.
I can't
You know
freaking
what?
take. I want to stop him right in the middle of his speech.
I appreciate that.
Ted,
I appreciate
thank you.
that.
I appreciate you stopping by. Stop for a moment. It's illegal. Okay, stop saying illegal.
Thank you for pioneering this path. While we're at it, it's not fentanyl, it's fentanyl, right?
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Everybody says fentanyl.
I can't take the illegal though. It's
bugging you, right?
It drives me
That's
insane.
a weird thing.
It just drives me
That's
insane
a weird thing
every
when
time.
you actually say the word nuclear, which isn't a word.
What do you mean?
Nuclear?
Yeah.
That's one of the don't you use that word. I've heard you use that word in the past.
Oh,
Nuclear.
no.
It's nuclear.
Nuclear.
Thank you.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
It's nuclear.
It's not nuclear.
Nuclear.
It's
not
nuclear.
Were you president?
Okay, well, first of all, we're not talking
2000
about me.
2008.
All right, let's not talk about me right now. What I'm talking about
What you're talking about is illegal as opposed to
illegal. Correct.
All
And
right.
I hear it way too much. Way too much. There's too many news and casters around on radio and television.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Illegal aliens using nuclear weapons. That's the problem we got to deal with here.
That is a problem.
These illegals that are sneaking across the border with nuclear weapons. That's what we got to deal with here. Something that Canada should deal with is charging. No, this isn't actually Canada. It's Britain. Yeah, I didn't even know they played hockey in Great Britain. But this is incredible.
Yeah, this is going to be a little graphic in case you have.
You don't actually see the blood spurting.
No,
right?
but
it's,
well, I have. I mean, I've seen.
There's
I've
other
seen videos
videos.
that show. Yeah, there's other videos that show the blood on the ice.
Yeah, we
as
don't
they're
have
taking
that.
them off.
So this is not graphic, but it is shocking.
So we're going to play the first hockey play or the first hockey clip that we've got, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be hard to see, but basically what you're witnessing is
the murder of a hockey athlete.
It's a death. It's a death.
It is not a murder.
It might
It
be
is
a
a murder.
It might be a murder.
It is
play
a
the
murder.
clip. Play the first clip. The
All
one
right.
that's further. Yeah. Okay. So
Former NHL athlete Adam Johnson, 29 years old.
play it. Okay. Oh, jeez.
He died.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, shortly after. You can see the blood on the ice.
Oh,
there.
yeah, you do. Oh, yeah. That's right. I didn't notice this in that
It
one.
drips all the way, all the way down.
Wow, he got up and
He's at the
skated
top.
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
he didn't-
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Okay. So now do the zoomed in.
Now
version
here's
of
what
this.
happened to him. Watch this.
Watch the red
it
guy at the
is-
bottom. Red guy at the bottom. He lifts up his skate and slices his
He
neck.
essentially karate chops him
Yeah.
with his leg and takes his skate and runs it across his neck.
What universe is that okay?
How has he not been arrested for
Because
murder?
it's not murder.
It is murder.
No, it is not.
Yes. A sharp skate is
They-
going to slice somebody's
hockey
neck
players
and kill
get cut
them.
all the time.
Not
on
like
the
that.
Ice.
No.
Where
This
he
guy,
purposely raises his leg and slams it
Can
into
you
the
prove
guy's
that he
neck?
purposely cut his neck with
Yes!
his skate?
He raised his skate
He
to
raised
do
his
it.
skate. Yes, he raised his skate. That happens.
That's murder,
That
my
happens
friend.
a lot on the ice.
Oh, it does not. I've never seen it before.
Yes,
It
players
happens
get
where
cut
people
all the time.
where they raise their leg
Yes.
up to the guy's neck.
No, not the neck.
They don't. I've never
their
seen
neck.
that, and neither of you.
I just said not their neck.
There you go.
But that doesn't make it murder.
Yes, it does. You slice a guy's neck with it might as well be a knife.
Was he
If I
trying-
walked up to you and sliced your neck with a knife, would that be murder? Even if we were playing hockey at the time and I take a knife and I slice your neck with it, is that murder?
He didn't take a knife, did he?
No, he took a skate, which is just the same thing.
Oh, it's just
which
the
will
same
cut
thing.
just,
Oh, it's just
as
the same thing.
sharply
Okay.
as the knife.
So the individual who died there,
Wow.
Adam Johnson,
Yes.
was killed. Can we say that? He was killed
was
by
killed.
Matt Petgrave.
Yes.
Now, this is where you actually, the deceased is on the left, the killer is on the right. This is where. No, I didn't say murderer.
Okay.
I said killer. Did he kill him? Yes or no? Okay. So the guy on the right, has something going for him. The fact that he's such an ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Because now, to Jeffy's point, the killer can say, look, I'm the most penalized guy in the league. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously a terrible person. I have a reputation. Everybody knows I'm a dirty player. I mean, this is all...
They drop gloves at a second's
In other words...
dropping gloves.
If he was a good guy and this was out of character, then all of a sudden you might have a murder charge going on here. But I want to know, because police are investigating, I want to know any kind of interaction whatsoever, anything this guy has ever said about Adam Johnson. If there's anything there, make it available and see if there's some sort of motive for possible murder. Otherwise, just a dirty SOB who...
In the story, they're calling it a freak accident. That's no accident. That's not an accident.
I've never seen...
When you lift your skate to the guy's neck, that's not an accident.
I've been watching hockey my entire life, and I've never seen someone lift a skate up to someone's neck. And now they've got, by the way, they've got these, and some NHL players have started wearing that in the league, NHL, these little neck guard things.
Oh, like the Marines.
Yep.
The leather necks.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do that in hockey now to protect themselves from being beheaded on the ice rink. That's great. That's perfect.
So tragic.
That's exactly how the leatherneck started with the Marines in the 1700s when we were sending them over there to deal with the Barbary pirates. And the leatherneck came because the swords would come to their neck and they'd try to behead them.
Now it's evolved to a skate.
Yep. Now it's applicable to the hockey ice.
So sad, dude.
That's really sad. Really horrible. All right. See you on Overtime.
This
and tomorrow.
is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And the next day.